LA Rider is brought to you by the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign, a 501c3 nonprofit organization exclusively dedicated to promoting motorcycle awareness and rider safety throughout Louisiana and the nation.
I didn't see him.
She just came out of nowhere.
Oh, God, what am I gonna do?
Watch for us.
See us.
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 Watch for us.
Save us.
Nearly two-thirds of all motorcycle fatalities are caused by distracted and inattentive drivers. Please, watch for motorcycles.
Hello once again, and welcome to LA Rider, Louisiana's #1 source for motorcycle lifestyles, travel, and adventure. I'm T.W. Robinson, and we're so glad you're joining us today. This week we take another ride on U.S. Highway 61. This time we head north out of Baton Rouge to Natchez, Mississippi, for a visit to a popular restaurant called Rolling River Reloaded for fried broccoli, mustard greens, and jambalaya egg rolls. Amanda Jo and Corrie Borne are back on the training course this week in part 2 of our series, The Making of a Competitor, plus a sneak preview of an upcoming episode called The Other Mother Road. All this and much more on this edition of LA Rider. So kickstands up, everybody. Let's take a ride. Welcome to LA Rider. I'm T.W. Robinson, and we're so glad you're joining us today. Now, if you've watched the show very long, you know I'm always ready to ride when it comes to finding a new place to eat. And last week, I discovered a restaurant in Natchez, Mississippi that is now on my favorites list. Let's go rolling up the river. A beautiful Friday morning. Fall had finally come to South Louisiana. Perfect day for a ride and another opportunity to take the 03 Heritage for a spin. Although this bike is 21 years old and doesn't have all the comforts and amenities of my Street Glide, it runs like new and looks great too. For some reason, I just can't get enough of it. Riding it is like hanging out with an old friend. It just doesn't get any better than this. Rolling north on U.S. Highway 61, I was headed toward Natchez, oldest city on the Mississippi River. U.S. 61 stretches all the way from New Orleans to the Canadian border, and more than half of it closely follows the river. For that reason, it is designated as the Great River Road. But it is also called the Blues Highway because so many blues musicians grew up along this river, worked in the farms and fields beside this highway, and played their music in clubs and roadhouses from New Orleans to Chicago. And as the old Harley rumbled beneath me, a tune was floating around in my head. But it wasn't exactly blues. It was Tina Turner's classic 1969 version of Proud Mary, because I was rolling on the river to a place called the Rolling River Reloaded. Here we are in Natchez, a new restaurant we heard about. You know, I'm always up for a ride to Natchez on beautiful 61, the Blues Highway. And I'm always up for visiting Natchez because one of the most interesting little towns, and there's always something new to see and do here. The first thing you'll notice when you sit down is the menu. It is huge. So many items and such a variety of mouth-watering dishes. Look at that. That's a lot of stuff. I think I'm going to have a second trip to try more than one thing. There were the usual things you would expect to find, like burgers, po' boys, and sandwiches, as well as seafood dinners and pasta. But what caught my eye were things like fried broccoli, mustard green balls, and Cajun seafood jambalaya egg rolls. While I studied the menu trying to decide, our server brought me a sample of R3's signature mustard greens to whet my appetite. Oh my God, it's so good. It's got a little kick to it too. Man. Somebody here knows how to cook. After finishing off the greens, I decided on the R3 sampler. It's listed as an appetizer, but when it arrived, I realized it was going to be a complete meal. 2 wings, fries, fried broccoli, 2 crawfish jambalaya egg rolls, and 2 sliders, plus a variety of sauces for dipping. I was definitely ready to dig in. Oh, yummy. With the grilled onions. Get my grilled onions on there. Yum. I'm going to go for this first. I'm not going to waste an onion. Oh, I think I'm going to get messy today. Better try this broccoli first. Oh, that's good. Oh my God, that fried broccoli is great. Everything I tried was full of flavor and seasoned to perfection. Everything was delicious. If I had to choose a favorite, it would be the fried broccoli. It literally melts in your mouth. I could have eaten an entire tray of it alone. It is that good. The food, the service, and the atmosphere at Rolling River Reloaded is top-notch. By the way, they also have a daily brunch breakfast menu featuring Rolling River pancakes and breakfast egg rolls. I'll definitely have to make another trip for that. Oh my God, that food was so good. It's got me rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. If you want to know more about this incredible restaurant, go to their website, riverreloaded.com. Better yet, just head to Natchez and check them out. We've got more motorcycle fun coming up in just a moment.
LA Rider is brought to you by the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign, a 501c3 nonprofit organization exclusively dedicated to promoting motorcycle awareness and rider safety throughout Louisiana and the nation.
I didn't see him.
Watch for us.
She just came out of nowhere.
See us.
Oh, God, what am I gonna do?
Save us.
Please watch for motorcycles. You might just save someone's life.
Motocross? We've got it at G & Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. All the bikes, all the gear, and the expertise to help make you #1 at the track. From beginner to expert, we've got just what you need at G & Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. Come see us today at G & Gonzalez, Louisiana's oldest family-owned power sports dealer, located in downtown Baton Rouge in the shadow of the state capitol.
Race on down to Gian Gonzalez. Becoming #1 starts here.
We're waiting for you!
Want a high-quality used motorcycle delivered to your door with a money-back guarantee? At usedbikesdirect.com, you can choose from hundreds of high-quality American, Japanese, and European motorcycles. Just browse our website, pick your bike, get your financing, and arrange your trade-in, all from the comfort of your home. And we'll deliver it straight to your door for free, complete with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Buying a used motorcycle has never been easier or safer. Just go to usedbikesdirect.com and start shopping.
Looking for a trailer? Check out Mike Gerald's Trailer Depot. At Mike's 2 Baton Rouge locations, you'll find a huge inventory of high-quality motorcycle trailers, boat trailers, cargo trailers, utility trailers, and custom-built trailers. Plus, the largest inventory of trailer parts and accessories in the area. Can't find that perfect trailer? Let Mike build one for you. Mike Gerald's Trailer Depot. 2 locations in Baton Rouge to serve you. They're Rider recommended.
All of a sudden, I see this car. He stopped. Starts to turn out in front of us. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground, crawling around, looking for, my boyfriend just to make sure he was okay. In 2 seconds, it can all be over. And people don't take the time to think about that when they're on the roads. Because in our situation, the guy said, I saw them. I just thought I could make it. I never, ever in my entire life thought this would happen to me, honestly.
Support motorcycle safety and encourage other drivers to watch for motorcycles. Purchase a motorcycle awareness specialty plate for your car, truck, or motorcycle. For an additional $25 a year, you can help the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign promote safety, awareness, and training programs throughout Louisiana.
I'm T.W. Robinson. No matter what you ride, put a MAC plate on it and help support motorcycle awareness wherever you go.
Welcome back. As we mentioned last week, Amanda Jo has been dominating motorcycle skills competitions and even picked up her first Mr. Rodeo title this year. Boys, you may want to rethink that title, especially since Amanda is training another future champion.
When I first met Corrie Borne, she had already taken a basic MSF course and had been riding for about a year. However, she wanted to be a better, safer rider. And since she is an athlete who excelled in multiple sports, she also liked the idea of competing. But becoming a better, safer rider or a skills competitor begins with learning some very basic skills. You did. There you go. Walk it up.
All right.
Not too far.
So don't fall the other way?
Right.
All right.
Kickstand down, hold it in place. There it is, right there.
As we saw in our introduction to this series, the very first thing Corrie learned was how to pick up a fallen motorcycle. This is a skill that every rider should master. But in timed competitions, riders who fall must get their bikes back up quickly to complete their runs.
A whole practice of just picking up the bike.
Know it.
Yep. All right.
Now let's move on to actually on the bike,
All right.
starting it. Prostrate. You know what? Let's work on posture first. Yep. Okay. All right.
Oh, wow.
It's tall. It's real tall. So you'll straighten the bars.
Corrie and I spent a lot of time on the basic mechanics of riding, things like balance, posture, and control.
Where you want to be sitting on the bike.
Yeah, it forces me up.
It does, but you actually want to sit up even more. Even more. Your goal is to be half-ish on the tank and half on the seat. That's the perfect position, and you want your upper half of your body to be leaning slightly forward, slightly over your belt, where your belt buckle would be.
Then there was lots of starting and stopping, getting a feel for the police road king, focusing on weight distribution and how to use your body to counterbalance the bike and brake efficiently. During these exercises, Corrie learned why her very first lesson was how to pick up a bike. Crashing actually led to another lesson. Yes, there is a right way and a wrong way to crash.
So if the bike goes down this way, step off. If the bike goes down this way, step off. Instead of tuck and roll.
On day 2, we moved from low speed starting and stopping to high speed braking in a straight line. Being able to stop quickly and maintain control is a very important street survival skill. The way I've got the green cones lined up, I've got it decreasing in size by 2 feet. So from 24 to 22, 20 to 18. We then set out some cones and began working on basic bike maneuvers, beginning with simple 90-degree turns. What were your thoughts after the first 2 days of practice? These days were focused on basic road skills and learning a new machine. At this point, were your expectations met, or somewhere along the lines of, this is going to be too easy?
I can say on our first day of training and learning the gears, it was a little reassurance to know that, okay, like, you know, once I do get comfortable knowing how the gears work, the brakes work, all those good things, you know, it wasn't to me scary. I think it was more of like an interesting thing to learn about the bike, and I know the importance of needing to really feel comfortable and learn, you know, how everything operates to be able to even go through a weave or go through, you know, anything on a course. So I would say, you know, it wasn't necessarily scary. It was more exciting to get to know the bits and pieces of how a bike works.
In just 2 days, Corrie was already showing improvement, and it was time to turn up the heat just a little. In our next report, Corrie takes on U-turns, figure eights, and competition-style weaving. In part 3 of our series, The Making of a Competitor. I'm Amanda Joe.
LA Rider is brought to you by the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign, a 501c3 nonprofit organization exclusively dedicated to promoting motorcycle awareness and rider safety throughout Louisiana and the nation.
I didn't see him.
Watch for us.
She just came out of nowhere.
See us.
Oh, God, what am I gonna do?
Save us.
Please watch for motorcycles. You might just save someone's life.
Motocross? We've got it at Gian Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. All the bikes, all the gear, and the expertise to help make you #1 at the track. From beginner to expert, we've got just what you need at Gian Gonzalez in Baton Rouge. Come see us today at Gian Gonzalez, Louisiana's oldest family-owned power sports dealer, located in downtown Baton Rouge in the shadow of the state capitol.
Race on down to Gian Gonzalez. Becoming #1 starts here.
We're waiting for you!
Want a high-quality used motorcycle delivered to your door with a money-back guarantee? At usedbikesdirect.com, you can choose from hundreds of high-quality American, Japanese, and European motorcycles. Just browse our website, pick your bike, get your financing, and arrange your trade-in, all from the comfort of your home. And we'll deliver it straight to your door for free, complete with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Buying a used motorcycle has never been easier or safer. Just go to usedbikesdirect.com and start shopping.
Looking for a trailer? Check out Mike Gerald's Trailer Depot. At Mike's 2 Baton Rouge locations, you'll find a huge inventory of high-quality motorcycle trailers, boat trailers, cargo trailers, utility trailers, and custom-built trailers. Plus, the largest inventory of trailer parts and accessories in the area. Can't find that perfect trailer? Let Mike build one for you. Mike Gerald's Trailer Depot. 2 locations in Baton Rouge to serve you. They're rider recommended.
All of a sudden, I see this car. He stopped. Starts to turn out in front of us. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground, crawling around, looking for, you know, my boyfriend just to make sure he was okay. In 2 seconds, you know, it can all be over, and people don't take the time to think about that when they're on the roads, because in our situation, the guy said, I saw them. I just thought I could make it. I never, ever in my entire life thought this would happen to me, honestly.
Support motorcycle safety and encourage other drivers to watch for motorcycles. Purchase a motorcycle awareness specialty plate for your car, truck, or motorcycle. For an additional $25 a year, you can help the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign promote safety, awareness, and training programs throughout Louisiana.
I'm T.W. Robinson. No matter what you ride, put a MAC plate on it and help support motorcycle awareness wherever you go. I'm T.W. Robinson, and we're in Joaquin, Texas for the grand opening of the Flying G Motorcycle Museum.
My father is Dennis Leggett. He's a bit of a mainstay in this region for motorcycles. And he had the dealership next door, Yamaha dealer from 1976 up until mid-90s. And then he's been semi-retired since, but all of my life he's always been into vintage motorcycles, and that's what kind of put the passion in me for that. And so that is the genesis of it. I came up in a household where there were just motorcycles everywhere, and so through osmosis, this just seems normal.
Surely Robert's got it.
I've been collecting most of my adulthood in the last 20 years. You know, I've just acquired what I thought looked cool. So I've got a little bit of everything here. There's American motorcycles, there's British motorcycles, European motorcycles, and so I've always just bought what I thought was interesting. This was originally a hardware store, and the family that owned this had kind of made an announcement they were going to retire, and so I met with them and told them I'd like to acquire the building, and we made a deal, and it just made sense because it's next door to my dad's shop, and it kind of fits with a theme that we're working on in Joaquin, where we are restoring a lot of the old buildings and bringing businesses back into the town. And so this is just part of a larger plan, really a small part of a larger plan to revitalize our little town.
Quite a turnout. Are you surprised?
I am surprised. I wasn't prepared for this many, and to be quite honest, I was a little nervous. Where are we going to park everybody? And I want everybody to be safe and have a great time. So I've been a little bit preoccupied with that instead of spending time in the museum. But yeah, it's been fantastic, and the motorcycling community, as you know, is always very supportive of things like this. And so I'm just so very thankful for everybody that has taken time to come over here. A lot of people have ridden hundreds of miles to be here. And so, yeah, I'm very thankful.
So do you have, out of all these gorgeous bikes, do you have a favorite?
I don't have a favorite. That's like trying to pick a favorite child. No, I love every one of them. I get excited when I see the mini bikes out in front of Tractor Supply. Like, I love two wheels and an engine. And so that's what I'm passionate about. I'm very agnostic when it comes to what brand of motorcycle. I just love them all. There's a couple in here that I had restored. There's one local a craftsman restorer, Steve Culp out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Cole Deister out of Camp Verde, Arizona has done some of the bike, or done a bike in here. A lot of this stuff I just bought. I haven't had the time in my life yet to, or maybe the talent, either one, to be a restorer myself.
It's incredible how they've restored these older motorcycles. They look like right off the assembly line, the way they've restored them, so it's very impressive.
What do you think about this being so close to in Joaquin, Texas, being so close to Louisiana? They're probably going to have a lot of visitors.
It's a different style over here, but it wasn't that far away. I live in northwest Louisiana, so it only took us maybe 45 minutes to get here, and it appears to be a really great place. But the crowd is incredible here. I mean, there's motorcycles. Good luck finding parking spots right now. So it's so loaded with people. So, yeah. But it's a great place.
You've probably noticed that we've been riding US Highway 61 a good bit lately.
Perhaps not everyone realizes that US 61, also called the Blues Highway, actually rivals Route 66 as the most famous highway in music lore. Here's a preview of our upcoming episode on the Blues Highway, the other Mother Road.
One of those things where we were going to save a shack just because they were disappearing so rapidly on the horizon. And I think the farmers got together and it was like a conspiracy. You know, all of a sudden they realized that they were paying taxes on abandoned houses on their farms. So they started getting burned down, pushed down, but we were lucky enough to get the little Cadillac shack initially. And we set it down really to have a place to hang out, drink beer, listen to music, play music. And just about as soon as we set it down in here come the people from the UK wanting to let it. That's what we did, like, huh? It was like, you're gonna pay us to stay in a house like this? They said, oh, absolutely. And then it was like, wow, and they kept on coming. We're in the middle of a 5-day guitar camp, from beginner to accomplished, and they break it off into, I think we have 4 coaches, 5 coaches in, where they break it off into groups of 2 and 3 and go to their different shacks or different areas and learn how to play the guitar better. So it's interesting. Last week we had a singer-songwriter camp for 5 days, and the creativity is kind of mind-blowing. The Europeans made me realize that this is what it's all about. You know, this is why they know more about us than we do, a lot of them.
Until next week, I'm T.W. Robinson. I haven't been everywhere, but it's on my list. See you next time on LA Rider.
LA Rider is brought to you by the Motorcycle Awareness Campaign, a 501c3 nonprofit organization exclusively dedicated to promoting motorcycle awareness and rider safety throughout Louisiana and the nation.
I didn't see him.
Watch for us.
She just came out of nowhere.
See us.
Oh, God, what am I gonna do?
Save us.
Please watch for motorcycles. You might just save someone's life.
God bless chrome cowgirls like us.